Okay, so today I opened one of the jams that I made last year because I put it on the crepe that I'm experimenting again with the ingredients on the crepe. So I opened one of the jams to make it as a filling. So I opened this one that I made on either January or February. I can't remember when. So it's just that I wrote it January or February, because I made different jams on both January and February, because I sold it. I think I gave some away, and also I made 2 big sets of jams because I sold it to as a fillings for sandwiches and crepes, because those are saleable. So I made big jams, so I won't have to, because my small jams before I don't have the big jams yet, so I get the fillings on the small jams. But since it's on the small jams that I also sell, and it was my sandwiches and my crepes were saleable, so it already I'm getting out of stock with the small jams. So I made the big jams. Okay, now for the bad news first. I'm not sure if it was the way I cooked it. However, the caramel, it seems like it's about to be expired, because there's a little bit of moldy taste, but there's no molds. It's not spoiled. It's not there's no indication that it's already spoiled or expired, but I think it's about to expire. So there's a little bit moldy taste on the caramel. So if I did this on January or February of last year, it's already 1 year, and going February, March, April, May, going 3 to 4 months or 2 to 3 months. But I will have to double check. So I'm going to open one of the jams that I made on either January 20 or when on January 6, or even the one that I sold to the public, which I made on January 12. So I will have to this is March 12. I mean not January 12. I all made this on March. So I made this first, if it was January or February. Oh, this one was the one that I was experimenting on before I sold. Oh, okay. So this was not the one that I bought to the, I brought to the mall, open air mall or restaurants, mall restaurants. So this is one of my experimental jams. So I'm going to open one more of the experimental jams, or I will have so it's, if I made this on January, February, March, April, May, it's going 4 months. I will open some of this that I made on March 12, because it's the first batch of the jams that I sold, the March 12 or the March 6. I'm going to open it on March, April, May, June, July, March. This one is May, January, February, March, April, May, or February, March, April, May, and then this one on March, April, May, June, July. I'll open this on July. So I'm gonna open this on July to check if, or I will look for other jams that I also did on January or February to check. I will have to double check if the how's the taste of the caramel, because if it's really already a little bit moldy, the taste has already become a little bit moldy, I'm considering of sticking with the fruit jams. So I'm gonna since I'm not really into the mango jam, I'm just gonna mix the banana and the mango jam. But I'll tell you how it would be. Mangoes are still fine, and then this one, because this was also exposed to heat. I mean to a very because these jams, these were also the ones that I sold to the public. It was also very hot in the open air mall market, because although it's every time I already store it, I put it on somewhere a bit cold, where there is an aircon nearby. So, but every time I put it on display to sell, it gets exposed with the humid of the sunlight and the heat of the sunlight. But they didn't mold. So really it's more on the these jams are sensitive when it comes to temperature, so there have to be a specific temperature and humid on the temperature for them not to mold. Okay, so that's it for the jams. And I'm not sure if there will be a place where I can sell the crepes and the, well, I'm gonna do the cake yet. I'm still about to learn how to bake a cake. But these jams, I'm already excited to sell them again, the crepe and then the breads. Okay, so that's it for today. Okay, a while ago I'm also going to upload a video where I was in the BIR. Yeah, so I have registered this business already in the BIR, and it's good that it's good to register a business too. I'm a small business a small business owner. My business is I have a small business, and then however I already have it registered in the BIR, because from my previous business, which I didn't know I have to register in the BIR. So now that I know, I prefer to register in the BIR. However, for those who are really starting up, like finding out whether they are for business or whether they are for employment, so sometimes people would try business and then they would test the waters by joining bazaars, because in bazaars, startup entrepreneurs or startup entrepreneurs don't really have to, here in the Philippines, the startup entrepreneurs doesn't really have to already register everything in the for their business that they're just beginning, or when they're just testing the water, if they're for the business, because not everybody are for business, and then not everybody they're not really into, no, actually it's just that maybe where you find it more, where you will find your happiness, if you're for the business or if you're for the employment. So it's up to you. So for those who are, as I'm saying, for those who are startup entrepreneurs, if they're joining bazaars and they're just trying to find out if they want to do a business, and they think they could stay in the business, but if they're just starting, they can just join the bazaars, because all the papers that would be processed by the bazaar organizers. That's why before, since I was joining bazaars, I don't have any kind of registrations. I don't have papers. I just join bazaars, I pay my dues, and then that's it. Because I didn't know also that whatever, and at the same time, I'm also a newbie. I was a newbie then. So when I already know that I have to do this, and since this is food, unlike before it was clothes, but these are foods, and I have to be extra cautious because we talk about something that you would put inside the body, and that is can be hazardous, unlike with the clothes. But so I have to put everything on proper order, and then I mean, I have to make them, I have to make sure that they are good, they are they are safe to be sold to the market. They are not, that I won't be harming anyone when I sell this jam. So that's why when I'm already selling it, I'm already confident, because that it will be good. It would not harm the people, because I already tested it before I sold it. So it's just that now I'm trying to find out whether how long it would last. So as I'm saying, this one is already more than 1 year. And then the banana, the fruits are still as good as the day I made it. Quite roasted though, because sometimes there's a long story anyway. But the spread, it kind of tastes a little bit moldy, so I'm gonna double check it with the other jams. If it's how was the jams after a year. So it's already 1 year. Yeah, so I can say happy anniversaries to these jams, though. So they are with me for these jams. They are I've been keeping them for more than a year, because I really kept them to be as my gauge, or as my benchmark, or as my my gauge, or my the way that I can measure whether or not this would last, or these are good for at least 1 year. So the bananas, they're good for 1 year, for more than a year. But the spread, I'm gonna check it now. Because this banana also molded in this kind of temperature, but the one that's not in the very hot or humid temperature, it's still really good. So I'm actually considering of buying a temperature I don't know what temperature gauge, a temperature device, to see how's the temperature or humid here. Because as I'm saying, this that I sold on the public, they were exposed to the heat of the sun, but not directly to the heat of the sun, but because it's an open air restaurant mall. And then it never developed molds. So yeah, so I will have to find out a really good temperature. However, I don't really have to find it out. The really good temperature is a room temperature, that a room temperature. So if they will be kept in a room temperature, they will not be they are not on danger on creating or developing molds. Okay, so that's it. Okay, that's it. Thank you.